Hello my dear students and welcome back to Kanika classes. Today we are going to start one of the most important topic for your 10th board exams. Yes, that is the male reproductive system. Students, this topic is most important, but why? I will be telling you within a while. So let us see male reproductive system. As I have told you earlier that the reproductive system has two main parts. In case of human beings, male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Today, this video lecture is completely on male reproductive system. In between, I will be telling you the important points here and at the end, the important questions related to your board exams. So first of all, I want to discuss with you some of the terms that before starting the male reproductive system you should know. So let us see. Secondary sexual characters. Dear students, in case of males, there are some kind of characters that are secondary sexual characters. That means these characters show that how male is different from a female. That can be deepening of voice, or there can be the difference in the appearance of male, for example beard and moustaches, and many more examples are there. Such characters in case of male and females are known as secondary sexual characters. Now why these characters are important? They are important for sexual dimorphism. This is another important term that is important for your class. See, sexual dimorphism. Di means two. Here in case of human being, this is a phenomenon in which the male and female, or we can say the unisexual organisms that are having male-female organs, they are having some kind of differences in appearance because of the presence of secondary sexual characters. Once again I am repeating this, that sexual dimorphism is a phenomenon in which males and females are different based on their appearance. That is sexual dimorphism. Now let us see the structure of male reproductive system. So the different parts of male reproductive system are essential organs. The most essential organ is a pair of testes. Students, whenever you are talking about a pair of testes, then you have to remember the spelling, or simply you can say testicles. If you are going to talk just about a single of them, means in singular, this testis will be written as this one. Okay. Now see what other things are there, the accessory organs. In this diagram, just leaving out the testes, all the other parts that you can see all contain the accessory organs. Genital ducts, glands, supporting organs. Just an overview I am giving you. Genital ducts, duct means you can imagine a pipe-like structure, okay? So all these tube-like or pipe-like structures are genital ducts. And the glands, three important glands you have to remember: the seminal vesicle, the prostate gland, and the Cowper's or bulbourethral gland, and the supporting organs. Now let us see all of these one by one, because this is one of the most important topic, as I told you earlier also. But why important? That also I said that I will be telling you. Students, male reproductive system is important because last year female reproductive system was there in 2019 question paper. So this time there is full expectation that the question from male reproductive system will be there in your question paper. So you are not supposed to leave this topic. Now let us see more about male reproductive system. Testis is surrounded by a thin layered membranous structure or bag-like structure that is known as the scrotum. Students, While the development of a male up till 7th month, the testes are present in the abdominal cavity. But after 7 months of development, these testes descend down towards the scrotum, and that is how the testes are present inside the scrotum. But why they are present in the scrotum out of the body? There is a specific reason, and this is a question that is important for your board class. The presence of these testes in scrotum out of the abdomen is that for the development of sperm, there requires a temperature that should be around 2 degrees Celsius lower than that of the body temperature. So that is why they are present outside. Now see seminiferous tubules. Inside the testes, there is the presence of seminiferous tubules. These are tube-like structures that help in the production of sperms, and also there is the presence of the different cells inside it. Students, the sperm is one of the smallest cell in human body. That is just from 2 to 5 micrometer. It is very small if we are going to measure it without the tape. Next is the inguinal canal. That inguinal canal is the connecting tube-like structure between the abdominal cavity and the scrotum. Inguinal hernia. This is a condition which can lead to male sterility. Students, in this case, what happens is that there is the bursting of the abdominal cavity muscles. That can be due to any kind of reason. But because of that, the intestinal muscles come inside, and there is the failure of movement of testicles from the abdominal cavity towards the scrotum, and that leads to inguinal hernia, or we can say the male sterility. Now see tunica albuginea. This is the layers, or we can say the covering layer of the testicle, that is white fibrous tissues, connective tissue, tunica albuginea. And the infoldings of tunica albuginea are known as the septa. As you can see in this diagram, septa is being shown. And each septa is having around 200 to 300 lobules present. Now one of the major questions is with us, that is the pathway of male reproductive system. Students, this question can come in the following of arrange the following terms in proper sequence, or it can come in 2 or 3 marks question. So in case of male, firstly seminiferous tubules, they produce sperm that moves towards the network of tubules inside the testes. Then efferent duct, in which all the sperms get collected. Then there is epididymis, where from the efferent duct all the sperms are collected, and for some time they are kept there for maturation. Epididymis can be divided into head, body and tail, and then it moves towards the vas deferens. Vas deferens is a quite longer duct, and in between there is the appearance of different organs, or we can say glands out. Then it will move towards the urethra. Now let us see here diagrammatically. See here sperms are produced, they are collected here in this part, for maturation they are kept. Then moving from this side in vas deferens, and here up till now they will move. What is spermatogenesis? Let us see. It is the process of transformation of the spermatogonia, that is the male germ cell, into the spermatozoa, or simply the sperm, is known as spermatogenesis. It all takes place inside the testes, or simply inside the seminiferous tubules of testes, but in the germinal epithelial layer. Let us see what is the pathway of spermatogenesis. What all stages are there in the formation of sperm. From germinal epithelial cell, spermatogonium is produced, which gets converted into primary spermatocyte, which further gets converted into secondary spermatocyte, and spermatids are formed, and then finally spermatozoa or sperm is formed. Inside the testis, there is the presence of different kinds of cells, seminiferous tubules and interstitial cells, also known as the Leydig cells. Already told that seminiferous tubules help in the formation of sperms, and interstitial or Leydig cells secrete the male hormone, that is the testosterone. The name of the hormone, the location where it is secreted, and the function of Leydig cell or interstitial cell is very much important. So we are on the most important part of the chapter, that is the glands. The three glands of male reproductive system are seminal vesicle, prostate and bulbourethral or the Cowper's gland. First important thing you have to remember here is that the two names for the same thing, that is they can ask for Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland. Both are the same thing. In some books one name is given and in some books the other one. So keep it in mind, okay. Let us start with the seminal vesicles. Students, from this part the question for sure that will come will be in the form of either location or function. So for all of the three, I will be telling you what is the location and what is the function. Seminal vesicle, they are located behind the urinary bladder. And the function is that they secrete alkaline fluid that when mixes with the sperm forms the semen, which helps in the movement or the transport of sperm itself, and also it neutralizes both the male and female reproductive parts. Let us see prostate gland. It is located inferior to the bladder, okay. And the function is that it secretes the thick milky fluid. That milky alkaline fluid is for the neutralization of the female vagina only and for the motility of the sperm. And the third part, that is the Cowper's gland, is situated on either side of the urethra inferior to the prostate gland. Function is it helps in the neutralization of the male urethra. So students, important thing you have to remember is that all the glands are having some and the other secretion that help in neutralization, but seminal vesicle secretion neutralizes both the male urethra and female vagina, but prostate gland secretion just neutralizes the female vagina, and the Cowper's gland secretion neutralizes just the male urethra. That is important, you have to remember. Various tube like ducts start from seminiferous tubules and end up into the urethra. That helps in the passage of sperm. Now let us see the different ducts that are present in male reproductive system. Vasa efferentia, that is the first duct that connects and form the epididymis. Vasa deferentia, tube-like structures that further unites and help in the transport of sperm. Epididymis is a place where the maturation of sperm and along with that the storage of sperm for some time takes place. That again opens into the ejaculatory duct, which further joins towards the urethra, that is the end part of the male reproductive system's ducts. So students, now let us see the most important but the last part of male reproductive system, that is the structure of a sperm. Sperm contains three parts, the head, the middle piece and the tail. here in the diagram. Head is the most important part as it contains the haploid nucleus, the Golgi complex and the acrosome. Acrosome, you have to remember this term acrosome because it contains the sperm lysine enzyme that helps the sperm to enter the egg. Middle piece that contains the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, because it provides the energy to the sperm. And the tail that helps the sperm in the movement in the semen.